Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle, and I teach 4K in Wisconsin. And today I want to share with you my favorite felt board stories and ideas. And I've got my felt board ready to go here, so let's get started. The first one I'm going to show you actually doesn't go on the felt board. I just wanted to show it to you because it is made out of felt. Can you guess what it is? The Mitten. And this one is a great one if you don't have too many kids. If you're playing with a small group of kids, everybody can hold one of the characters in the book, and they each take a turn putting them in until the mitten pops and everybody comes floating out. And this was one that I made, and I'm super proud of this one because I had so much fun. There's the mouse, making these. I love hand embroidery and hand sewing, hand kind of things. So actually, would you mind if I showed you each animal? Okay, there's the bunny rabbit. Oops, that's Sunny there. There's the bunny rabbit. The hedgehog, the owl, who's got a little, I showed you the mouse. There's the fox, the bear, and the badger. And those are all the animals. And then the kids take turns. Oh, the mole. Never mind. I forgot the mole too. He goes in there too. And then they can shove them all in here as you read the story, or it's as they're retelling the story on their own with notebook. And then you can see if they're able to recall or retell the story. So that one is the Mitten. Before I put the first one up here, I just wanted to show you, I didn't have a felt board in this, this new classroom that I came to in Wisconsin. So I just made one, and I got a frame, not a frame, a canvas on sale and with a coupon and with your teacher discount. And I took black felt and I just pulled it, stretched it, and stapled it on the back. And that is our felt board. I also have these mini felt boards that I use for small, individual work at a table or on the carpet. You can see it's well used. But I have a bunch of those too so that we can do some work on the table. We use these a lot for math. When kids bring in their math bags and they're doing some counting, sorting, those kinds of things, I use these because it's just easier to see the materials on those ones. So this is Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and I think a parent made this for me several years ago. And you don't have to have, look at Goldilocks, and her hair is braided, which is absolutely adorable, but you don't have to have them, your felt pieces, so fancy, because the kids really don't care. Here's the chair. The chairs are super simple, and it's great. This is a great one for the kids to retell the story. Here's the bowls that go on the table, super simple. Again, you don't have to be fancy with it, but it's a great one for kids to be retelling the story and using their animated voices to be each of the bears. In another video, one of my small group videos, I shared a little poem I say with the kids and play a game with them that is Little Mouse. And this one is pretty much exactly the same thing, except it's a frog. So you hide the frog behind one of the logs, and I have a bunch of different colors here. And then you say, green frog, are you hiding behind the? And the kids take turns guessing where they think the frog is. Are you hiding behind the blue log? Yay! And this one I usually do in large group several times, and then I put it out during choice time, and the kids can play it with a friend or two. So this next one, I actually purchased it on Etsy many years ago. And this was before I realized that I could actually make my own felt pieces, but it is the napping house. So here's Granny, and this is another retelling one where the kids can retell the story with each piece that goes on top and on top. And then of course they absolutely love, look at how cute these are. Somebody made these. I think I only probably spent like $15 or so. And the flea, come on, that is the cutest flea ever. So the kids love to retell this. And then of course, when they all come crashing down one on top of the other. And so this is a funny one that I do with the kids, and you can have kids help you when you're reading the story during large group or small group, and then put this out and the kids can retell the story on their own. This is one that I actually haven't used with my kids yet. I made it this summer and I was hoping to put it out this year, but haven't yet, hopefully soon. But I do have a friend in Colorado who has one like this, and she says that her students really love it. So can you see what it is? It's a Mr. Potato Head, but in felt pieces. I mean, how cute is this? I made it super simple. I've got a bunch of different pieces, I have a couple of heads, I guess heads and bodies, a couple of different noses and eyes. Really, I just looked at what the real Mr. Potato Head has. Ooh, that guy's feeling angry. And then tried to make pieces out of them. So I should tell you, the way that I make my pieces is I often will draw these on paper first, and then I'll trace them on the felt pieces. And when you cut them out, you have to make sure you have some really sharp sewing scissors. I use my sewing scissors for nothing but fabric or thread, because that way they stay really sharp. And that's how I make my felt pieces. Some people might be able to draw directly on their felt, but I just feel like I'm going to mess it up. So that's why I make a little paper template first and then trace it onto the felt pieces. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I gotta find the fly. That's the spider. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll cry. My old lady doesn't die, she cries. And then you hide it behind here. And then all the little pieces go behind the lady. This was another one I bought on Etsy. Again, I could very easily make this one now. The one thing I should tell you, if you are gonna make your own felt pieces, the eyes I find stick on the best with, I don't know what you call it, puffy paint or tulip paint. And I don't know why it doesn't, fabric glue doesn't make them stick. Like there's nothing that makes them stick, hot glue, nothing like that, except for that stuff. Unless you wanna use E6000, at my home we call it the cancer glue, that will definitely work. But I really like the puffy paint, the puffy, I don't know, that's what I call it, puffy paint. It's a tulip brand. So that one is super cute. Most of my felt board games and songs and stories, I always do with the kids first in large group, and then I put it out so they can retell or use it, maybe following my, the way I would do it, but honestly, they can do it any way they wanted. All right, the next one, I'm pretty sure that anybody could make this one. It's Go Away Big Green Monster, and it's just shapes that you cut out, and it's really, really easy. You just look at what the pictures look like in the book, and then the only thing you have to do is draw them for yourself. And again, using that glue that you know that's really gonna stick is best. That's not how the teeth go. Maybe that's how the teeth go. I'm not sure. But using that glue that really sticks to stick the pieces together is best. So this one's a fun one. You can always put the book beside the felt board so that the kids, if they can't remember what the story is like, they can reference the book. I had to sit up a little bit because I'm sitting on the hard floor. I was over in the reading center, but there was so much stuff behind me that it was almost hard to see what was going on in the felt board. So that's why I came over here to the cold hard floor. This one is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. This one I bought on Etsy, again, before I knew how, well, I know how to, but before I attempted to make my own felt stories. So there's each little piece, almost each page has a felt piece that goes with it. So this is a fun one. It's got, the person who made these is really great pieces. If you want ideas from people, like look at the straw. Whoops. Oh no, look, he lost his tail. I'm gonna have to get my super sticky glue and stick his tail back on. If you want ideas on what your felt stories could look like if you're making your own, that's all I do is I Google like the I'm trying to think of which one that I had. Well, if you give a mouse a cookie, felt story. And then you can kind of get your own idea of what you might want yours to look like. People are putting their stuff out there so that they can share it. And that's okay if you don't want to purchase and you just want to use their idea for inspiration and make your own. My memory is so bad. I actually had to Google the words to this song. I couldn't remember it. I don't know why, but it's A Hunting We Will Go. And these are, again, ones that I made. They're really simple shapes and glued together with I might have used E6000 with this one. Actually, probably not. You can see that these little eyes are done with the tulip paint. And so I like to do this one either in a small group or a large group taking turns. And then you sing, a hunting we will go, a hunting we will go, we'll catch a bee and put it in a... And then you just wait for the person who has the tree to come up and put the bee in the tree. And then I just made, as many as I could think of. The duck in the truck, that guy's, you can see, I just very simply use that tulip paint. The snake in a cake, the mouse in a house, the cat in a hat. So I think maybe I should make a few more too, so that we could have a few more kids involved in that one. So now that I remember what the name of the song is, I can share this one with you. So those are all the felt stories or felt board ideas I wanted to share with you. Oh, no, wait, one more. One last one. This one goes along with a poem that we often sing at the beginning of the year, or say at the beginning of the year, and it's goes like this. Way up high in the apple tree, Hunter Ben's 5 little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came one apple. It was good. And you can put on as many apples as you want. And then this is pretty great because the kids are they've got number recognition. They are doing some simple math. So if you have 5 little apples and then one fell down, how many are left? Making sure you have all the ones that are left. So yes, it's fun, but the kids are also learning all kinds of good stuff with that one. So I made the apples up to 10. Super simple shape, a little stick rectangle for the stem and the leaf. And then I always use a Sharpie to draw on things like this. I could have used my that tulip paint, but for these ones I just used Sharpie. Those are all the felt story poem activities I wanted to share with you today. I do have actually a very large tote of them, so maybe there'll be another day when I share the other ones. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this one, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because there's always something I want to share with you and you don't want to miss out. And have a happy day.